I've got my notes, I've got my tally card, and I've got my hot mess hair thanks to the Kenra Sugar Beach Sun Cream, which means it is time for the finale of Project Use It Up Skincare Edition. So let's just jump into everything that I've managed to use up in the last couple of months. So I thought it'd be fun to not only kind of go over the products that I just used up or the progress that I've made, I guess, in the last little bit. Plus I thought we would kind of reminisce over the products that I had previously used up to kind of see how Project Use It Up went. I know I only started this maybe like a couple of months ago, but it's coming to the end of the year and I thought it'd be fun to kind of close this, kind of reminisce, and then restart it for 2026. So to start, I have my pre-cleanse category, and I'm going to go in order of the least amount of progress to the most amount of progress, which I guess is subjective because I'm going to start with this one here, which I had 26 uses on, which is actually the most uses I got out of a product, but it'll kind of make sense when I get into the other products why I left them for a little bit later. But this is the Bioderma Sensibo H2O, the original micellar water. We were here before, now we're down to here, so I used up more than a third of what I had left, so some pretty dang good progress on this one. The product that I was trying to focus on in the pre-cleanse category is the Glow Recipe Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. This is what I kind of use to take off my makeup on most days, and I actually kind of just use it as my only cleanse on other days just because my skin is a little bit on the drier side, so it's not like I really need a full like gel cleanser or something or a double cleanse. Like sometimes this is just sufficient enough, but as you can see, we managed to use this completely up, and by we I mean me with your support from watching my videos. That's where the we comes from. But yeah, this is completely used up. I scraped it out, I got my finger in there, tried to get into all the nooks and crannies. This is 100% gone. It took me 7 uses from the last time I saw you to kind of get to this point, and that means that the last product I have is my Anua Heartleaf Pore Control Cleansing Oil. This is the one that I was like, oh, if I use up the Glow Recipe, I'll focus on this afterwards, not expecting to use it up, but after 15 uses, I use this sucker up. It's completely gone. There is nothing left in there. So to kind of reminisce on the pre-cleanse category, we've managed to use up 1 micellar water, 1 cleansing oil, and 1 cleansing balm in the last couple of months. So we had the Garnier Skin Active Vitamin C Micellar Water, which is the one I was using before I bought the Bioderma. Then I've managed to use up, like we just went over, my Glow Recipe and my Anua. So overall, 3 empties in the pre-cleanse category. On to cleanser, which I don't have as much of an update for you this time just because I was really focusing on the pre-cleanse category, and that, like I said, is kind of enough for me some days when I just need like a quick gentle wash, so I don't need to go in with a second cleanse or one of these. But what I have here is the by Wishtrend Green Tea and Enzyme Powder Wash. We were here before. We're pretty much here still. How many uses did I have out of this one? We had 5 uses out of this one, so not too bad, but a little goes a long way with this product, so you gotta have quite a few uses to kind of get the progress that I was making before. But you know what? That's still 5 uses, so happy on that one. And then this is the Selfless by Hyram, the Green Tea Centella Gel Cleanser. I'm not exactly sure what the actual name of it was, but we started here, got to here, and this update we're here. So actually pretty decent amount of progress, especially for the fact that I was not focusing on this. I would use this sometimes to wash my armpits and use it as a shave gel. So that's kind of how I got most of my uses out of it, and I got 8 uses out of it since the last time I saw you. So to kind of go over things, I've managed to use up 4 empties in this category, and then I have my 2 kind of like lingering leftover products. The 4 that I used up were the Geek and Gorgeous Jelly Joker Cleanser, the B Lab and Jolse Matcha Hydrating Cleanser, the Dr. Jart Cicapair Foam Cleanser, and the Glam Glow Gentle Bubble Cleanser. Those were used up previously. They were kind of on the tail ends of things, which is why I was able to get through so many, but you know what? That's still 4 empties. Onto a product that I've kind of recently frankened and a product that I don't like. This is my toner category. So before we were about halfway with the toner pads, and now we're just a little bit under halfway for the toner pads. I've been using these more kind of in the mask style, where so you'll leave one here and then cut a couple up, put them on your forehead. And then I didn't usually use them on my chin just because my chin doesn't need as much love as my under eyes do. But that's how I've been kind of using these up. I don't enjoy these, wouldn't repurchase these, but happy that we're making progress on them because that means eventually they will be gone. And then the other category, or the other product in this category, is the Hylamide Sub-Q Skin Mist. We were about here, just about to get out of the blue in the bottle here on the packaging, and then I decided that I was going to franken it with the rest of the Laneige Cream Skin Refiner, mainly because I like the two of the products together. They seem to work well for me in that sense, and I don't like having to put it in my hand and then massage it onto my face, so I thought I would just throw the rest of the Laneige in here to have it come out of the spray nozzle, and so far so good. But that means that now we're back up to here. As for toners, not a lot of progress this year. So like I said, we now just recently have our refilled toner of the Hylamide Sub-Q Skin and the Laneige Skin Cream Refiner. I've got the toner pads that just don't seem to quit, but I was able to use up one toner, which was my Franken toner, which, like I said before in my videos, I wouldn't be able to recreate if my life depended on it. I did enjoy it. I had it in the Cosrx Snail Mucin pump, just because I really enjoyed the pump on that product. But yeah, happy to at least have one empty in this category. As for serums, I have my one that I was working on. This is the Minimalist Vitamin C, E, and Ferulic at 16%. When I brought this into the project, we were pretty much full, and then I had a little marking here because I threw it into another project, but if I shake it, I can't even hear the product move around, which makes me think that we're like tail end of this product, that if I at least had a couple more days, I might have been able to actually use this up. But unfortunately, it is what it is, and here we are. We've got the tiniest little bit of this one left, but not enough to call it an empty just yet. Which means when it comes to serums, I actually managed to use one product up, and like I said, so close to having two products. We almost had two empties in this category. The other product that I used up was the CeraVe Vitamin C Serum, and I definitely prefer this product over that one, mainly because the CeraVe is now like $40 where I live, which is just absurd for a CeraVe product, but I would definitely repurchase this one. I've been enjoying it. It seems to work well with my skin, and yeah, no complaints from me, and it's almost empty. On to moisturizers, I was focusing on the K-Secret Soul 1988 Eye Cream. I was using this as a moisturizer. I was also using it on my stomach as well. And then I also had the Bioma Moisturizing Rich Cream. This is the one that I was focusing on, and I don't know what it is with me and airless pumps, but I cannot guess how much is in them. I was like, oh, we're here, and it would actually be like down here. Like, I was so wrong of this. I thought this was going to be gone, kind of similar to when I was using the gel cream one up. I thought it was going to be gone a long time ago, and then I still ended up getting like another, like, I don't know, a couple of weeks use out of it. So happy to report that this one is gone, though like I said, I'm horrible at measuring how much is in these ones, which means that the last little bit I've been kind of focusing on this one here, and I think I measured this one wrong. Actually, now that I'm seeing the light through it, it's funny because I tipped it up, or I tipped it down earlier, and I was trying to like squeeze the air out of it, and I was like, oh, I only got to about here, but sitting here I can actually see through it, and we're just the tiniest bit under the marking that I made. So made some progress there. I forgot to tell you about my uses that I had. So with the Bioma Moisturizing Cream, we managed to get 22 uses out of it before it got empty, and then the Soul Eye Cream, I've used this about 8 times to kind of get it. So I must have underestimated how much I have, because we're just right about here now, just under it, and that was 8 uses. So pretty good progress when it came to my moisturizing category. I previously had the Bioma Moisturizing Gel Cream. Now I have the Moisturizing Rich Cream as empties, and then this one, I would say that's pretty cool. That's pretty good use for especially a product that was brand new in here. So I would say we managed to use up 2.5 products when it came to moisturizers, which is pretty dang good. I think for sunscreen, we're gonna kind of go in order of the usage again. So the product that I only use 4 times, this is the Derma-B Everyday Sunblock. This was kind of my all over body sunscreen, so it doesn't surprise me that it kind of doesn't have a lot of love since last use, because it has been in the like below 0 where I live, so not a lot of need for a body sunscreen, but I might maybe start using this on my neck and my chest just to make sure that I'm still using it, because it does have a shelf life of 12 months, so we want to make sure we get through this before it goes bad. But yeah, not a lot of progress on this one. 2 products that were tied for usage, I actually have, I said there are 4 uses on the Derma-B, then it's 6 uses each for these ones here. I have the Mary and May Vegan Peptide Bakuchiol Sunstick at 6 uses, and you can't tell, like, it looks very similar to kind of what it looked like last time when I showed you. I did have markings on the container, but for whatever reason, this kind of container, it just rubs off, and that's with a Sharpie, so quite impressed with that. And then I also have the Skin 1004 Airfit Sun Cream Plus, and I got 6 uses out of this one, and I can kind of see through the packaging here, and it actually might actually be just above my line that I wrote here. So I said we were here last time, we were here this time, we're actually more like here. Pretty dang close, but yeah, 6 uses out of this one. I'm enjoying this product so far, though because it's now getting into the winter months, I do need to put a little bit of moisturizer underneath my sunscreen. So yeah, it is what it is. Then onto the impressive one. After 20 uses, I can happily say my Abib Heartly Sun Essence is gone. I am not the biggest fan of this sunscreen, but I do believe that you only know if you try, so I was happy to give this a go. Wouldn't repurchase it, but super happy to have used this product up. So where does that leave us for sunscreens for this project? Previously, I have used up 3 other sunscreens. They were the Isntree Onion Fresh Sun Fluid, which was a no from me, the Our Vegan Sun Fluid Glow, which was a hell no from me, and then the Farmstay Tea Tree Biome Sun Cream, which I kind of wish I would have had for the winter months because it was a little bit more on the moisturizing side. And now we also have the Abib Sun Essence, so that's 4 total sunscreen empties since a couple of months ago. On to my nemesis of a category. This is for sheet masks, and I have to say, for as much as I don't do good with this category, I actually made some pretty decent progress. So we had the Keep Cool, the Some By Me, and the Claire's, as well as my eye mask, and then my DIY sheet mask that I was using. And I've got quite a few empties. Let's start with the DIY ones just because they're a little bit messier and easier to throw around. I managed to use up 6 of these. I did kind of use them where if I did open a sheet mask, I would use the sheet mask once and then there was so much product left over that I would go in with one of these. So that's how I used it. It was kind of like a 1-to-1 ratio. So 1 sheet mask to 1 DIY sheet mask. But then I also did make a couple of DIY sheet masks with my Laneige Cream Skin Refiner. I just find that one to be super moisturizing, and after I started tretinoin, my skin just really needed a lot of love. So worked out great for me, and I managed to use 6 of these in total. On to sheet masks, I managed to use 4 of them up, which for me is just like, yay! You should leave me some praise in the comments, like maybe some sparkles or like some party emojis, because we did it. We used 4. I know for some people you're like, that's it, but for me this is great. I have one of the Some By Me Retinol Intense Reactivating Mask. This one I found it felt moisturizing on my skin, but then when I took the mask off and everything kind of settled, it felt a little bit irritated. Maybe that might be the retinol in it, maybe it's something else, I don't really know, but not my cup of tea, which unfortunately we still have 3 of them left. Speaking of 3 products that we have left, we also have 3 of the Midnight Blue Calming Sheet Mask left, which means I used 2 of them. I would say, again, didn't really notice anything with these. I find sheet masks so lackluster, and it's no different with the Keep Cool and Soothe. I managed to use one of these up and I've got really nothing to say. There's nothing good, nothing bad, just nothing in general. Pretty forgettable, I guess, is the best way of putting it. Last product I have in the sheet mask use up is 5 of my eye patches. These I'm starting to find are really easy for me to go through. Like if I'm editing or if I'm studying, I can just throw on a pair and that's perfectly fine. How many do I have left? I have 5 left. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get through these by by the end of the year because I do still have a month left. But yeah, I'm enjoying these. I don't think I would repurchase these. As much as I enjoy them, it just feels a little bit wasteful for me, and they don't really tend to do much. Like I get more out of skincare than I do out of like things like this. So I'll enjoy them while I have them, but I wouldn't repurchase. Then the last product I have in this project was a Too Faced Hangover Pillow Balm Lip Treatment in the scent Banana. And I can happily tell you since last update, we used this 58 times. And all I have to show you for it is the fact that we removed the stopper. You would think after 58 times you'd have some like pretty decent progress to show you, but I guess like a little goes a long way with this product, and there's quite a bit of product in here. So as much as I don't enjoy this, at least if you're looking for a product that lingers and lasts, like here you are. But I took the stopper out of it and then I managed to scrape it from the top here to almost kind of like the ridge here. I have a little bit left on this side, and then I could have said that we cleared like this whole portion here. But yeah, it's not a bad lip balm. I just find that the staying power isn't the best and that I have to keep reapplying it, which is why we had 58 uses. But it's It's decent. I wouldn't repurchase it, but saying that, I do still have the watermelon scent. I think there's a mango one and I have a cocoa one. So I still got 3 of these to go through after this one is empty. At least I'll have a little bit of an idea of how long it'll take me to go through those. That is my update for Project Use It Up Skincare. This was the finale and kind of the overview of how this project went. We would have had a lot more empties and a lot more progress if I had started this a little bit sooner, but you know what? It's better late than never. So happy that we started it. Happy that we went through quite a few products, and quite happy with the progress that I made this time around. So thank you for checking in with me. I think I'm going to keep doing this, but I'm going to kind of put my shorts on TikTok for the 2026, and then I'll leave my YouTube channel for more of challenges and yeah, projects that are kind of coming up instead of just like fun willy-nilly things that I was doing like this. So thank you for checking in with me. Yeah, I'm not sure what the next video is. Probably gonna be body care. So I will see you then. Bye.